Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Touchdown Talk podcast, episode 4. We got a great episode for you guys tonight, but first, I
Yeah,
want
we
to
do.
introduce everybody to our new co hosts. We have added a third person, and his name is Evan fucking. Well, Evan. What's up,
Yeah, you
Evan?
can call me Evan. It's fine. What's up? What's up? It's awesome. This will be a great time, guys. I'm excited to join you guys, and I think it'd be great.
Evan fucking, let's go. What's
Yeah.
up? Yeah,
We gotta change
I
my middle
love it.
name now.
Yeah,
It's no longer new guy. It's Evan fucking in the middle. Yeah.
Evan fucking Wagner. Let's go, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
What am I,
So
chopped
we now
liver?
got 3 people running this.
Hey, Ryan, what's up?
pod for you guys.
Yeah, dude. Do I not get an intro,
It's
Tony?
Ryan.
Oh,
I mean,
I
I'm
forgot to introduce you.
patient. I was waiting for it, but whenever
damn.
you're ready. Whenever you're ready.
Well, guys, this is Ryan, as we all know by now.
Thanks.
What's up,
Appreciate
Ryan,
it. So happy to be here. Yeah, I think this is my last episode. I'm done.
We're just getting started, dude. You can't do that already.
All right, take it away,
We
Tony.
need you, Ryan. Well, yeah. So we got a packed episode for you guys tonight. Pretty quiet in NFL terms. Not much going on since the draft, and we touched upon a lot of that last week. But we got some NFL schedules for y'all. We got some Patriots Patriots matchups, I should say, because we don't know the schedule. That doesn't come out until next Wednesday. So we'll be talking about that. I'm gonna give you my predictions for Pat's 2025 record, and we're also gonna go into some other teams as well.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
Oh yeah,
That'd be great.
and
Yes,
also,
sir.
Evan is also a Patriots fan. For
Yeah.
those.
I'm officially
So now we
outnumbered.
got 2.
Yes, finally.
Listen,
Yes, sir.
I'm close enough. Like, I've been around and enough Patriots fans to know all the lore and everything y'all are gonna say. I'm prepared for anything y'all can throw at me. I've been to Gillette Stadium 100 times, so don't even
Great
worry
stadium.
about it. Like
Great stadium.
It really is, and like being there, working there, and just experiencing it. It's like, okay, I'll give them that. As much as we're rivals, it's like I got respect for what the Pats have going on. I want to see them do good. I just don't want the dynasty going on. Cool it with that.
See-
I'll give you. I hope they make the playoffs. I want to see them competitive. I don't
yeah,
want them
great.
to win. Nah.
I don't think a 20-year dynasty is going to happen again in the NFL for a long time. I'll just say that. I mean, granted, you had the Chiefs for that. You had what, 4, 5 years of just.
Is it over though?
I
don't know if we're
it's
prepared
over.
for that discussion.
No way. We're not.
I don't
not
think it's over, but they're not. I don't see them going to another 3 more Super Bowls in a row.
That's true.
No, probably not in a row.
They're definitely going to be kind of like how the Pats were for like 10 years. They were making the playoffs, leaving 1st round, or I don't see them making deep runs every year.
That's completely possible. And then you had the 1 year of Matt Castle playing quarterback after Brady tore his ACL. They go 11-5, I want to say, and miss the playoffs.
Yeah, and they missed it, which was ridiculous.
Insane.
But even that is within that dynasty time frame. Like, is that just exempt from that? Like if the Chiefs have an off year, obviously they didn't win the Super Bowl this year. Just making it is enough to warrant a dynasty. If they make it a couple more times in the next few years, I still think they are a dynasty, even though they lost or I think they're contenders every single year. I mean, is that all it takes to be a dynasty?
Sure.
I don't know.
I think
like I said,
they're going to be considered a dynasty until Andy Reid leaves. I think.
Yeah, until Mahomes
leaves.
Mahomes, I think.
But
as long as
Reid
he's there,
probably going to be first to go.
I don't think Mahomes is leaving anytime soon. I mean, they signed him to a 10-year, $500 million contract at some point in time.
Holy crud!
But
yeah, they did.
Yeah,
damn, bro.
I heard chicken nuggies. I heard Brock Purdy possible contract by the beginning of OTAs.
Oh, he's gonna get paid.
Like,
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, big money. It's what again? It was from Sports Center, but still, I was like, that's insane.
Because what is this his 4th year? It's the last year of his rookie deal, right?
Yeah, but what as a rookie, even though you're drafting the 7th round, you still get a 4-year deal, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it changes by round or not.
I think it's same across the board.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's
I don't know. I'd have to double
4-year
check.
deals usually for all of
Okay.
them.
All right, so yeah, he's going into his 4th year. So he's due a contract at the end of next year.
Yeah. They're definitely going to give him big money for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Not Mahomes money, not Tua money, but something.
It might be like Mahomes or Tua money, honestly, because almost every QB like that gets paid like that nowadays.
Yeah, and inflation and stuff. Well, I'm pretty sure they're putting a tariff on the NFL contracts, so I'm pretty sure because of that they gotta kind of jack it up.
Yeah, they gotta bump it up. Yeah, makes sense.
Let's get into our actual discussion.
Yeah, let's do it, man. All right,
let's do it. Oh my gosh! All right, so let's take a look at some of the best matchups of 2025, and this was put out by NFL Network, so we know all of the matchups. We don't know when they're going to be or where they're going to be, but we know the matchups. So I'm surprised this isn't number 1 on the list. I'll talk about this one first. Is Super Bowl rematch. The Eagles will play the Chiefs this season in the regular season. That's number 4 on the list of the top 10.
Where's that game being played?
I don't think we know yet.
They signed them yet.
They didn't put out.
No. Because usually they say
home and away schedules. You can figure out who's home and who's away.
I want to say, and I'm just gonna. I wish I could put this better up, but just because the Chiefs are on the right side of this graphic, that makes me think they're at home.
See,
in my mind, the home team
at Bills, it would be 1.
Yeah, Chiefs at Bills. That's number 1. And I swear to God, they play every year. How the fuck does that happen?
Well, because
I don't know.
Division winners always play each other.
Yes,
that's how they.
But not not the same division every year, though.
No, they play. If these two teams win their division every year, they'll play each other every year.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they.
But you don't.
It's kind of complicated. The whole.
That's why the Pats and Ravens play each other all the time.
Yeah.
Granted, AFC, but still they play each other all the time.
Isn't it? Maybe I must be tripping. Clearly, I'm not locked in. But you don't.
All right.
You don't play against every other division in the conference.
No. So
the Chiefs aren't playing all 3 other divisions every year.
No.
Lay it out, Tony.
So they're
correct.
Every year there's one division that we'll use the AFC East for example. Every year they play all 4 teams in one of the other divisions in the AFC, and every year it switches, and they also play from the other 3 divisions the team that was in their respective spot, like the same as the Patriots.
Oh, I see.
So the Pats are playing all the 4th, since they finished last, they're playing all the last from last year, and then I don't know what division.
Oh, okay.
So on paper, the Pats get a super easy schedule.
Right.
On paper, as of now, that could completely change with free agency and all that kind of stuff. But
right, I get what you're saying.
Free agency already happened. I'm stupid. Never mind. Or trades that lead up to this season. But
yeah, I mean, we never know what could happen. But that makes sense. That because the Bills and Chiefs win their division every year, they play each other in the regular season every year. Mm-hmm. Makes a lot of sense. Okay.
Yep.
See, now my last brain cell is struggling to comprehend that, but it's okay. So then the same logic applies for the number 2, which is the Lions and the Eagles. Since they both won their division, they're guaranteed to play each other. So, I mean, that's a phenomenal matchup. A matchup we didn't get to see in the playoffs, which I wanted to see matchup in the playoffs. Because holy shit. I mean, talk about the 2 most high-powered offenses in the whole league. Definitely in the NFC.
And 2 of the best defenses in the league, too. Like, they were both very good on
I mean, arguably the Lions, that was
the
where their
defense.
weakness was the
Correct.
defense.
Especially with all the injuries they had
All
going
the
on.
injuries.
Oh my God.
Too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that could be I'll probably be like a Thursday night game if I could see it.
I hope so.
Thursday or a Sunday night.
Obviously I can't tell who's home. It looks like the Eagles are at home. So I don't think it would be a Thanksgiving game, but that'd be a great game for Thanksgiving, dude.
That could be really cool Thanksgiving.
But the Lions always play at home on Thanksgiving. Isn't that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it won't be a Thanksgiving game, but still phenomenal matchup. I love that.
Yeah.
I love it. I mean, the number 3 is Rams Ravens. I don't think that's
I don't
number
know why
3.
that's at number 3. I mean, that's a good matchup.
Super weird.
Wrong, but
I mean,
it
was
not number 3.
If it was the Rams team that put up 54 on the Chiefs and
oh my God, if it was
Ravens
Jared
now,
Goff Rams,
oh my God,
like,
you'd be like, that's a must-see game, yeah, 100%.
But Matt Stafford, old, ancient, decrepit Matt Stafford, versus Lamar, like, nah. But the Rams are always like kind of in the fight, you know. It'll be interesting to see how they navigate this season.
Yeah, definitely.
But they have NFL Network has that matchup right above a Super Bowl rematch with the Chiefs and the Eagles. So I don't really make sense to me.
Yeah, that makes no sense at all.
And right below that at number 5 is Bengals Bills. Holy shit. Yeah, that's amazing. I feel like that's a matchup we haven't really seen that much.
I have a hot take here. That's gonna be a horrible game.
I was gonna say,
why do you think so?
I think so
too. I think Bills blow the doors off that Bengals team.
I mean, yeah.
I was gonna say the same thing.
That's my thing.
Yeah. Well, I feel like it's still kind of uncertain if the Bengals are going to improve at all on defense. I mean, I feel like they didn't do a great job addressing those issues with the draft. Like, I mean, you can only do so much with the draft, and they really didn't make any free agent moves to improve their defense.
They also haven't re-signed Trey Hendrickson yet. The sack.
I thought they did.
They haven't re-signed him yet.
No.
Oh, yikes!
So he's
still
a free agent, if I'm not mistaken.
I've heard that they don't have like the money to pay him.
Yeah, because they just gave T. Higgins $4 billion to get injured every 2 weeks. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, that's how I see it. And then he'll put up 120 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, it's like 50% of their roster is like Burrow, Jamar, and T. Higgins now. It's insane. Which is not how you build a team. And
they signed Trey Hendrickson to a 1-year deal. A 1-year deal worth
really?
$21 million. Yeah.
Like recently?
For the 2025 season. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So just 1 year. Yeah.
Okay.
Am I breaking this news as we speak?
You could be. Maybe so.
Guys, live right now on the show. Come to the fucking Touchdown Talk podcast for literally the hottest news.
Wait, did it just happen?
Meanwhile, this happened like months ago.
Really?
I don't know when this happened. I'm trying to find the fucking details on it. Yeah, when did this happen?
I don't know when this happened.
I don't know.
But I swear that I've heard nothing about him being acquired yet by the Bengals, like him signing a contract.
Why would they only
sign him to a 1-year deal as the sack leader?
Yeah, right. Why would they sign him to a 1-year deal? Now I'm kind of tripping because I don't know.
No, that was in 2023, Ryan.
Oh, okay. So then last year he was playing on the
extension.
But it says 2025. It says 2023 to 2025.
3 hours ago on ESPN, it says Hendrickson has 1 year remaining on an extension he signed in 2023.
Oh, so he has a year remaining.
He has a year left.
Right. Yeah. So it goes through 2025. Okay. So he is still on contract. So he is on the contract. Okay.
I thought they haven't.
It literally took every single ounce of intelligence that we have combined to figure that out. I don't know.
It happens.
The fact that they're not like they haven't signed him yet or to another one or like offered any like realistic vision about what's gonna happen to him after this season tells me that they're gonna have to let him go though.
Yeah,
It definitely doesn't bode well for the future, for sure.
Yeah.
You want, I mean, if you're him, you want a long-term deal. You
Yeah,
want
for
a
sure.
team that believes in you and wants you to be there for a while.
I mean, how old is he? 20, 29? 28, 29? Somewhere in that range?
He's 30.
He's 30? Okay, so if you go, you can still sign a 3-year deal and play well for 3. You're DN. I mean, we've seen these guys play for a little while as DN.
Yeah, I mean, look at fucking Calais Campbell. Cam Hayward.
Yeah, he's still playing. Cam Jordan, a little bit older too.
Cam Jordan, yeah.
He's a 35.
Yeah, man, he's been in the league for like 15 years.
Wait, didn't Julius Peppers play till he was like 40? Something
probably,
crazy?
Dude. Yeah, probably. He was a beast, man.
He was filthy.
I mean, Von Miller. Look at Von Miller, bro.
He's still going, yeah.
You know, we won't talk about his cases, man.
Well,
we won't talk about it.
Separate the art from the artist. He's a great NFL player.
Right. That's a different episode. We'll make a whole nother episode where we just talk about all of the criminals that have been in the NFL. That's actually a great idea. Just kidding.
Wait a second.
Episode 5, top 10 biggest criminals.
Draft like a 5-a-side team, like 5-on-5 team. You have to use NFL criminals.
Who can? Yeah, I mean that could be a draft. You know, me and Tony, we did drafts before, right? Like we just draft a team full of criminals.
Yeah,
all criminal team, all time. Best
22 criminal team.
Exactly. PFF, fucking take a hike.
Yeah,
watch out, all criminal teams coming in. Okay,
so
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, are we all set on matchups? We got anything else you guys want to talk about?
I mean, I can go real quick through the next 5. I mean, you got Ravens and Chiefs, which once again, something that happens, I swear to God, every year. We'll see how that goes. My really early bet is the Ravens will win in the regular season and then they'll lose in the playoffs, just like every year.
Yeah.
You got the Bears and the Commanders rematch from obviously last year was the insane game with the Hail Mary, right? You got them rematching. But if I remember correctly, that game was like hella boring right up until that last play. Yeah. So like, is it a great matchup? Not really, but you remember it for that one play. And it's young quarterbacks.
It's an intriguing matchup. It's not I'm not like, man, I gotta stay home and watch this game. It's sweet. Bears Commanders are on. I'll throw it on.
But new look Bears though. Ben Johnson
Bears. New look Bears.
It's a different Bears team. We'll see how they pan out. We have the Broncos and the Texans.
That could be good.
You know,
two playoff teams. You know, Vikings Seahawks is another one, and then we got Packers Steelers.
I don't understand the Vikings Seahawks one.
Yeah, I mean,
Darnold and
Darnold's playing. Well, Darnold playing his old team. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then you got the Packers and the Steelers, which I guess would be.
That's just
Steelers have
trying to think of any
Steelers have no one. That's the Packers one.
So we're gonna get I guess maybe Aaron Rodgers going back to Green Bay or something that could be a storyline there if that happens. I don't know why they would have it at 10 if that's still not Aaron Rodgers still hasn't signed yet. But that's that list. That's all I got for that. If you want to move on.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Lit. Tony, let's go. Rip it.
So what do we got? What do we got next on the list, Ryan? NFL Patriots.
Take it away.
Opponents.
Take it away, baby.
Alrighty. So for 2025, we got the Patriots. It's alternating between every year now. So for this year, we got 9 home games, 8 away games.
Sweet.
And real quick, for the home games, we have the division opponents, obviously. And then we have the Browns, the Falcons, the Giants, Ryan, the Panthers, the Steelers, and the Raiders.
Wait, is that a home game against the Giants?
That's a Pat's home game.
At Gillette?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yo, we gotta go. You know
Yeah, I
we
was
gotta
just gonna
go.
say we should go. We should go.
I would definitely down for
Bro.
that.
We're there and we're not selling glizzies. Hell nah. We ain't not selling glizzies this
Wait,
time.
who was selling glizzies at the game? Was that you?
We gonna be gobbling them glizzies. We ain't selling them.
Whoa. I don't think you can't be saying that, Ryan.
Wait. What did you think I was talking about?
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, wait, you eat hot dogs in winter? Hot dogs like a baseball thing.
Hey, at Gillette, man, them bitches be flying off the shelves.
Really?
Tony, me and Tony used to be selling glizzies at Gillette like nobody's business, bro. We were out there
I'm
in the
not gonna
stands.
lie,
Get your
we
glizzies
sold
here.
more sausages than hot dogs, but yeah, they
There it
still
is.
No, actually, it is the sausages with the peppers. Yeah, that's what sells actually a lot at Gillette.
They're so good at Bruins games. You get the sausage,
man.
peppers, and onions at Bruins games. So good.
Yeah, or a Fenway, a Fenway Frank, or they do the sausage and peppers at Fenway too.
Do they?
I'm not really.
I'm not sure.
Oh,
Not
they
sure.
definitely do. I mean, that's not my jam, but definitely people fuck with it hard.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
Show.
Tony, continue with what we got for past opponents.
All right, so for the away teams, like I said, there's 8 games. So we got the division opponents, obviously, and then we got the Bengals, the Saints, the Buccaneers, Baltimore, and the Tennessee Titans. So real quick, I'm just gonna go over. This is good because I think I can accurately guess what their record is gonna be for 2025, and some of you might be shocked, but hear me out.
Take us through it. Take us through it game by game. Let's see.
I already have a record in my head based off the teams you said,
Fucking
and
0-17
for the Giants. Sure. I mean, anyways.
So, Buffalo Bills. I want to say they're gonna split that, but I also, part of me is telling me, nah, they might lose both. But I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt, so I'm gonna say they're gonna split that and go 1-1 with the Bills this year. The Jets, I have them going 2-0 against them. The Dolphins, I also have them splitting. And then we got the home game against Cleveland. That's a win. The home game against Carolina. That's probably a win. The home game against New York. That's definitely a win.
But why did you say for the other ones you said probably, and then when it got to New York, you're like definitely.
You have to.
I mean, if anything, it's equal chance that you're gonna beat Browns or Carolina. I mean, come on, all right. Sorry, go ahead. I'll let you go.
No, you're good.
The home game against
the Falcons. The home game against the Falcons. This one is tough, but I think they could win that also. And then the home game against Oakland, they could win. I think they're gonna win that too. So the only one left is the home game against the Steelers. That's depending on the QB situation. If Rodgers does go to Pittsburgh, I feel like they could lose that. If he doesn't, then that's a win. So for now, we'll say that Rodgers is going there because that's what all signs point to. So for their home games, I have them at 2 losses.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh and Miami.
Wait, what? So wait. Oh, that's just home. That's just at home.
That's just home.
Okay, I was about to say, if you're saying they're going 15-2, you're on crack.
No.
That's insane.
I mean, I could see it. No, I'm just kidding. I can't see
that. No way, dude. Oh my god.
All right, but listen up, Ryan. Listen up.
Okay, let's go to the away. Yeah.
For the away games, I have them losing against Buffalo, beating Cincinnati, winning against the Jets, obviously. New Orleans, I have them winning. Tampa Bay, probably a loss. Baltimore, most likely a loss. Miami, I feel like we could win that, and we'll lose the one in New England for some reason, because that's just how Miami always beats us at their place. So, and then Tennessee, away at Tennessee, I have them winning. So I have
Mhm.
3 losses. Yeah, 3 losses away, or 4 losses away.
Mhm.
1 at home, I believe. I said right.
2 at
Yeah,
home. You said
one,
2 at home.
two out. Yep. You're right. 2 at home because it was Pittsburgh and
Yep.
Yep.
I think about Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh always plays well against the Pats, no matter when. Like they always play each other well.
Yeah.
So I could even see that being a loss.
That's true.
Depending on how that game goes. Again, we're just all guessing here, obviously, but still.
I don't think you're far off. I definitely think they're 9 or 10 win team, because that based on what you said, that puts them at 11 and 6, right?
6.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I would, just me looking at this, I mean, you definitely lose to Baltimore, Buffalo at least once.
Yes, for sure.
I would give Cincinnati the win. I'd give either Pittsburgh or Atlanta, like, could drop 1 or 2 of
We
those
could
games.
lose one of those 2.
Yes, that's easily.
Tampa probably wins, and then obviously you have New York. So
yeah,
give or take 6 or 7 losses, and then so I think you're probably at like 10 and 7. I would say that's a pretty good
when
prediction.
I first saw the list, I talked with a coworker and he was like, "What do you think?" I was like, "I think we go 10 and 7." Was like my first reaction was like 10 and 7. It's not even a question. And hearing it again from you guys both, I'm still dead set on either 9 and 8, 10 and 7, or 11 and 6. So I'm right in that window of having a good year, possibly making the playoffs as a wild card team. Do I expect much in the playoffs? We'll find out.
You take that. I think if you're Robert Kraft or if you're Mike Vrabel, you take that as a team that's like literally rebuilt within only a couple of years of Belichick and Brady leaving. You're back to a playoff team. You have a quarterback that is young and could be really good for a long time. And if you can protect him and give him weapons and go 10 and 7, oh man, I would take that in a heartbeat.
That's why I didn't mind. I didn't mind the Will Campbell pick. It's not the oh my god in your face pick, but it's something that was very much needed on that team.
Yeah.
It was the right pick, I would say.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And again, did I want to take Ashton Genty? Of course I did. Like, what Pats fan didn't want to see Ashton Genty at home? Like,
Tony.
Tony
didn't want that.
Really?
I'm not a big fan of Genty, to be honest.
He should have won Heisman. It's not even a question, dude.
No,
dude, that's what I was.
Travis Hunter
no way.
Heisman.
Oh my goodness.
Travis Hunter won the Heisman. It wasn't even close in my eyes.
Nope.
Dude, I mean, I think Hunter probably did deserve it. I think any other season, Genty wins it.
Really?
Like Hunter, just with
maybe in some other seasons he could have.
With Hunter like playing two ways and just being like unstoppable on both sides of the ball, it's just insane to win. I forget the names of the awards, but he won the award for best receiver and the award for best defense back, right?
Shouldn't have won the award for best receiver. Shouldn't have won it.
Wow, dude, that's crazy.
You
tripping.
There was a player on San Jose State, Nick Nash. He was the Triple Crown winner in the NCAA for receiving yards, touchdowns, and receptions. That's the best receiver in the nation right there.
Who?
But that's
all I gotta say.
He's the best receiver in the nation.
Is he? Did he get drafted? Or is he's going back to school?
No, I think he got drafted like late. I'm pretty sure, or he was undrafted. One of the two.
How is he the best receiver in the nation, but he's not getting drafted?
Do numbers
up top?
Do numbers not show that you're the best receiver in the nation? Top in receptions. He was top in receptions.
Well,
top in yards, not touchdowns.
I mean, but clearly they don't. If scouts looked at him and they didn't think he's the best. If he's, I don't even know who this guy is.
in college, numbers, in my opinion, numbers aren't as big because that's why one of the reasons why I'm not big on Genti is when I know he like broke the record or whatever, but when I just look at it, he just doesn't look big to me. I don't know how that's gonna translate into the NFL.
I
And he
mean,
played at Boise State of all places too. It wasn't
The
like
Yeah, that's the big knock is the competition he played against. Yeah, he put up insane numbers, but he wasn't playing against the top competition, you know?
yeah, and that makes sense, but I don't know. That's just me. I mean, that's how I saw Travis Hunter, but I stand by that fact personally.
I mean, the craziest stat is I forget the exact numbers, but it's, you know, the rushing leaders in college football was Ashton Jeanty, and then it was Ashton Jeanty after contact, and then it was I think it was Cam Scatterbo after that.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, just like, I mean, even that, it doesn't matter who you're going against. If you can like bounce off guys and break tackles like that, that's insane. That is insane. You have to have like clearly he was number 6 overall draft pick. So
yeah,
I mean, it's just going to be crazy fun to watch him play. And you know, now that we're talking about Jeanty, he's already the number 2 highest paid running back in the NFL.
Wait, what?
Which
all because of rookie contract?
Because of the rookie contract, and because I guess because of how high he got drafted, he's guaranteed a certain amount of money, which is higher than literally 99% of running backs in the NFL, which is just nuts because it kind of goes to show how underpaid running backs are.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my God. And then it just kind of even more reinforces how fucking stupid the Giants are because Saquon was not even asking for that goddamn much, dude. Like,
and you
what
paid
the
Daniel
fuck?
Jones.
And you fucking paid. Yeah. Oh my God. I could go on a whole nother rant about that. Dude, I could literally go on for fucking days about that and how fucking stupid that is. But if y'all are done with the Pats talk,
yeah, that's fine. Yeah, go for it. What you got?
We can move on to the New York Giants.
Of course.
Since we kind of were in that Giants realm anyway. So here we go. So now I'm just doing this on the fly. I didn't look at this ahead of time, but so obviously, listen, I'm going to be extremely pessimistic here. So I'm already going to give us 6 losses off the rip because we're losing every divisional game. I just know. Actually, no. I'm going to give us 1 because we'll play
split one.
We'll play the Eagles week 18 and we'll win and we'll lose the number 1 overall draft pick or some stupid shit like that. We always fucking beat the Eagles. It's always the Eagles too. Like late in the season that we just come and we beat them for no fucking reason. So I'm just going to go ahead and start us off after divisional games. I'm going to say we're 1-5.
Okay.
Wow.
So then we'll I'm being so fucking
it's possible,
serious.
though. It's very possible, though.
I'm being so pessimistic. But listen, I would be so happy to be proven wrong. So we'll move on. We'll say Green Bay. We play Green Bay. That's a loss.
Yeah.
That's definitely a loss. We play the Vikings. That's a loss. We play the Chiefs. That's a loss.
That's definitely a loss.
that's at MetLife too. So once again, I mean, these are all home matchups. So we have 8 home opponents. It's obviously the Cowboys, Eagles, Commanders, Packers, Vikings, Chiefs, Chargers, another loss probably.
Oh jeez.
And the 49ers.
Oh my dude, your home is a gauntlet.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, shit. you guys have a tough schedule.
What happened to playing all the worst teams in the division? Where did that go? What the did we talk like what happened there? God damn. So sorry, I'm spitting everywhere. So then we'll go to the away opponents. Obviously, divisional opponents. The Bears.
That's probably a loss if you're going away.
We have a chance, but yeah, that's probably a loss. It could go either way, so we might pick up a win personally. There. Yeah, that could go. Broncos, probably a loss. Probably a loss. Lions, That's a loss.
Probably.
Yeah,
That's a loss.
Raiders. I'm gonna give us one against the Raiders.
Yes,
I'll give us against the Raiders. I'm gonna give us one against the Raiders. All right.
Unless Ashton Genty runs for like 300 yards and 14 touchdowns.
And honestly, that's gonna be what fucking happens. But with the amount and listen, I kind of talked about this last week. The amount of pass rushers and linemen that we have is fucking insane. So if that happens, if Genty runs all over us, it's like, what the fuck is all of these defensive linemen that you pick doing? What are you doing then?
Right.
Clearly something's not working. But I'll give us one against the Raiders. And then the Saints, I'll give us one against the Saints. I'll give us one against the Saints. And now I'm trying to be positive. And the Pats, which it could go either way, but I'll give us one against the Pats, just for the sake of positivity.
No, that's fine. I'll give you that win, but also the Pats win when they play the Giants. It's fine.
I mean, hey,
that one.
I mean, realism. Let's be realistic. They probably won't. They probably will not win. But hey, we're just along for the ride. Okay, we're tanking. We're tanking.
Tank for Quinn.
No,
not Quinn. I'm sorry, Archie Manning.
Archie, exactly.
Yeah. Archie Manning. My bad. I'm sorry.
So that brings the Giants' final record to 4-13. And that's the ceiling. That's really our ceiling because there was a couple I picked that we could have lost. So like our floor is like 2-13, and our ceiling is 4-13. So it's looking bleak. It's looking really fucking bleak.
It could be rough.
But hey, who knows? I don't know who we're gonna play week 1, but hopefully Russ comes out there and he's fucking slinging it. And yeah, man, fucking.
Wait.
Could be crazy.
Jackson Dart starts for your New York Giants?
No,
I don't think.
And
so.
I hope he doesn't.
Really?
I hope he doesn't.
Okay. I'm just curious.
And I was actually just reading a post about this, because someone, I mean, this is a heavily biased like Giants fan page, and someone was grading all of the Giants draft picks, and pretty much every draft pick they made was like an A+, A-, and then Jackson Dart was an F.
Oh my God.
So whoever this was, I forget who it was, they were just completely shitting on Jackson Dart, and they're like, this is such a stupid move. Like, why would you pick Dart over Shadur? And just knowing like the New York media is probably going to push for Dart to play sooner rather than later. And this person's take is that that's going to hurt him more than help him, rushing him into the game. And I kind of can see that, because it is also like, it's a big market, and with New York, it's like, if you're not winning right away, then you're fucked. So
you'll get shit right away from the fans.
Absolutely. And Dayball and Joe Shane, the coach and the GM, are really on the hot seat. So if they have another season where they go 2-13, they're fucking gone. Or 4-13, they're gone. They are.
I could see the Giants having a rough patch at the beginning, and Dayball going, I need to save my job, swap them, and throw in Jackson Dart way too soon.
It could be a desperation move before he's really ready. And then honestly, it could like tank them even more. And it could get worse with Dart going in there when he's really not ready. So I don't know. It's not like, I was pretty happy that we got, like, I'm glad we got a quarterback, but
for sure, you have to.
It still just depends what we do with that quarterback, right? Before we can really determine that, 100% we're going to be successful. You got to play your cards right. I want Russ to play at least half a season. I want to get to week 8 full Russ, and if it's like 0-8, maybe.
Jeez, that'd be bad.
Maybe it's Dart time if it's 0-8. If it's 4-4, stick with it.
Yeah, I mean, what if this is the year that Russ finally gets his MVP?
Dude, I would.
I don't think it's going to happen. But
nut
just
everywhere.
saying, it's not impossible.
I mean, it's NFL. Anything can happen, but
absolutely, it won't.
I don't see it happening.
I would jump off a bridge. That's how crazy that would be.
Literally, the odds of that happening are probably so low. You could bet $1 on Russ to win MVP, and you'd be a fucking multi-millionaire if that hit.
Oh, absolutely.
Dude, because no one, I don't think you could even place a bet that would happen. Literally, it's so unlikely. Oh my God, insanity. But yeah, that's my outlook for the Giants season.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Did you want to talk about a different team, Evan? I don't have a.
So I'm gonna take a complete flyer on this team. I'm gonna take the New Orleans Saints. A team with aspirations to be good, but I don't think they really help themselves much, especially being in cap hell as they have been the past 4 years. I feel like they can't get rid of guys. They also can't bring guys in. I feel like it's just a constant battle with them.
Mm-hmm.
But looking at their opponents,
Giants,
as you said, Giants are one of them, and I see them losing that game.
Nice,
because I think the Saints are just that bad. I have no, like, look at their home games. Obviously, you have the usual Falcons, Panthers, Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
They lose all 3 of those games.
Yeah.
They lose one of those 2 games, whatever it may be. And they might ultimately lose both. But then they played the Packers, Vikings, Browns, Steelers.
Okay.
So I'm going to give them 2 wins because of the Browns and the Steelers.
Okay.
As of now.
Yep.
So they have 2 home games with a win.
Mm-hmm.
They then have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 losses at home already.
Yeah. Rough.
I'm just gonna count the Falcons and Panthers and Bucks as losses.
Mm-hmm.
And then play the Ravens. It's another loss.
Damn.
Falcons again, Panthers again, Bucks again. So 4 wins. I'll call it 4 wins because again, you're probably gonna split a game, and then they're not beating the Lions.
Hell no. I mean, they could definitely. The Lions, the Tigers, and the Bears. You didn't say Bears, no, I don't think.
No, I think they also lose to the Bears. I think this is one of the worst teams in the NFL this year. Like, I think they are a top 2. I don't think the number 2.
Oh.
I think they're getting the 1 or 2 pick. Like, I fully agree. I fully think so.
I agree. I've been saying
they're pretty bad.
They should honestly, like, legit. They should tank for Arch Manning.
I mean,
it really makes sense.
I mean, you need the help at quarterback badly. Kamara's not going to get any younger.
Mm-hmm.
The defense is, I mean, there's no redeeming quality about this team, and I hate to say it. Like, I really do. I like the Saints. You know, I saw them in person. They were an awesome place to go see. Awesome team to go see.
Oh, Superdome is crazy,
dude. Superdome was awesome.
But I can only imagine, dude. World famous venue, just like. Yeah. I mean, and for the city.
For the Super Bowl, how many times?
City.
Yeah. But I don't see this team doing much of anything.
The only hope I would give them is if Tyler Shuck is really good, because he could be good. And did they? I think they drafted an O lineman, so as long as he stays upright,
they drafted Kelvin Banks Jr. Yep.
There you go.
Yeah.
So
I think
he was a really good pick.
He was a much needed pick for them. O line is a huge flaw, and I would say for a lot of NFL teams, there's nothing bad about having O line depth. There's nothing bad about it.
Not at all.
That's one thing that teams would probably love to have.
Yeah.
So if you can get a guy early enough like that, you got to get him, and I think they're absolutely correct in doing that.
And I mean, I watched some stuff about Tyler Shuck. He's like been in college for like 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
He played at like 3 different schools. He had a lot of injuries, which is why he was there for so long. But it's like, it's kind of a double-edged sword, because a lot of teams will look at an older draft prospect and be like, well, you know, we want someone who we can get a lot of years out of, obviously, and someone who hasn't had injury history. And of course, it's a concern, but you're also getting a guy who's been doing it for a long time, like has more experience, and I'm not saying it's equivalent to being in the NFL, but someone who's played college football, even in certain systems, can probably process things a little bit faster than a guy who came to school and was just really, really good, balled out for 3 or 4 years, and then went straight to the NFL.
Right.
So hey, there's potential there, and it'll be interesting to see what happens.
To put this in perspective, Tyler Shuck backed up Justin Herbert at Oregon.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude. Crazy.
Man, I'm like, I've never heard of this guy. He's like, oh yeah. I'm like, wait, what? And I'm like, this is insane. It's so weird to see.
Super weird.
But, he's 25, so unless they want, maybe teams will start going this older route of guys out of college if it starts to work all of a sudden. Bo Nix played really well last year.
I was just going to say Bo Nix.
25 in the NFL.
Yeah.
He played for, I want to say it was 6 years in college.
Yeah. He was one of the more experienced, seasoned guys coming in that draft last year. And I think that was something people put as a negative on him. Same thing I was just saying, but he's taken a lot of snaps. And that's what Sean Payton wanted. Sean Payton, as the coach for the Broncos, was like, I want a guy who has taken a lot of snaps, who knows what to do and knows the motions and can do it, has been in that situation before. So something to be said for that. And maybe that's what the Saints need.
Maybe sometimes, time is probably the best thing that you can do. And if you can still play it, if you can still be a pick in the NFL draft, you're better than what percentage of people ever, that's So there's something there. And again, I hope the best for obviously him as a player.
99.999% of people.
Yeah, something like that, right?
The other thing with the Saints, just real quick, is Chris Olave. I mean, fucking sad story because he can't keep his head out of trouble,
dude,
man. It's rough. I don't know if he's going to come back or what his situation is or if he'll be the same type of player. I mean, he was phenomenal, but it's tough when you got a guy like that and he goes through something like that. It's just tough to make, I don't know, just to make that choice in a football scenario of health over, the sport. But as far as just organizationally for the Saints, you need a consistent number one receiver, and that was Olave, but obviously he can't stay consistent if he's getting in trouble like that. And Rashid Shaheed, I believe, tore his ACL, Achilles, MCL, one of those.
Dude, I think it was a knee problem. I think it was a knee.
Okay, but he was out for the season.
Knee. Yeah,
and I think he'll be back. I don't know. I'm not the injury reporter, but I would hope he's back because it was early in the season that happened. So hopefully he has enough time to recover and be back. But the other thing is you have a quarterback and hopefully some O-line, but you need some weapons there, and they don't have much outside of Olave or Shaheed. That was the huge thing for them last year was they couldn't, who the fuck,
It was the Shaheed deep ball. That's all. That's how they scored points last year. It was just Rashid Shaheed.
Right. And that was the first 2 weeks when we were like, oh my gosh, the Saints, holy shit, they're crazy. They're beating the Cowboys. And then halfway through the season, it's
crashing back down to earth.
It's Spencer Rattler throwing a Bub Means. And it's what the fuck's going on? We're in some kind of dystopian future or something. It's not right.
Again, that was my next thing. I was like we said before, the quarterback. Who's playing quarterback for the Saints this year?
Yeah.
I mean, I have pretty much zero faith in Spencer Rattler. Again, not a Saints fan, but just talking from an NFL fan in general, I don't think Spencer Rattler's really going to do much.
No.
Yeah.
And Derek Carr is not going to be ready to play, I'm assuming.
Yeah, is it shoulder, elbow, one of the two?
Yeah, it was a shoulder injury. Yeah, and it was one that he played through last season. And he tweaked it, re-injured it or something, and
yeah.
I'm gonna butcher the story. I don't want to give out false information, but was it before he signed a contract or something and he like him or his agent kind of like didn't fully disclose that injury was still lingering.
I'm not sure. I don't know this one.
Or it was like the news was kind of broken late, that like we only found out about it recently that he was going to have surgery on that shoulder.
Right.
And it's like, well, he was dealing with this injury like halfway through the season and he fought through it, re-injured it. And now like we kind of thought he was going to be healthy for 2025. And now it's like
up in the air.
Well,
very much up in the air.
It's kind of like, well, but you're not. And you didn't, you must have known because this was a thing throughout the 2024 season. How do we not know? How did we not find out till just now? So it's kind of like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
That's a whole different thing. I don't want to start something that's not a real thing, but I thought I heard something about that, but
I believe he got surgery in the off season, like recently, or he's getting it soon. And they're like, well, okay. So I gotta figure that out. But
right.
All right. So what do we got? You all good, Brian? You got more? You got more?
Yeah. So just real quick before we pivot to NBA, because I think we're gonna wrap up some of our football discussions. While we're going over teams' opponents, since I believe this team has been mentioned in every overview that we've done so far, unless I'm wrong. I just want to talk about one more team and their opponents for 2025. And since we're talking about all the worst teams, let's talk about a team that's probably going to do really fucking good. I'm curious now, and we can go through this real quick. I just want to take a look at their schedule and see what our prediction for the Ravens would be. So let's take a look at their home opponents. You obviously have the Bengals, the Browns, the Steelers.
I would say 3-0 already.
I would say, for home, probably 3-0 at home. I think that they could drop. I mean, I feel like they always drop one to the Steelers.
Yeah,
because whenever they play, it's just like gritty defense, like sloppy.
Thing is, I don't see them losing to the Steelers at home.
Probably
I think the Ravens play really well at home. And
yeah, they do. Yeah,
that place gets rocking from what I've heard.
Oh, absolutely. So then the next one is the Pats at home. We already have that as a loss for the Pats, win for the Ravens.
100%.
They play the Jets. They're obviously beating the Jets at home.
Probably a win.
They play the Bears at home. They play the Lions
probably a win.
At home. And yes, the Bears I definitely think is a win. The Lions is tough.
The Lions,
that's a tough
one. I think that's a loss.
I
agree. I think it's also a loss.
Yeah, I would say so too.
That's one of like a very gritty game, like 24-21 final.
Yeah.
And it's like the new guy for the Ravens, whatever his name is, since Justin Tucker got cut, like misses a field goal to tie it, put it over.
Yeah.
Put a bad taste in their mouth for right away on a kicker.
Oh yeah, this is a perfect time to talk about Justin Tucker getting.
Oh, look at that segue. You're welcome.
Perfect. I trust me. I've had that planned out. Definitely.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Justin Tucker cut, and it's kind of ironic they're playing the Lions because obviously Justin Tucker hit the longest field goal ever against the Lions to win the game. So it would be kind of poetic if their new kicker actually did miss a game-winning field goal against the Lions. So it'd be kind of interesting to see how that turns out. I'd probably give that one to the Lions. Regular season, yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I wish we could see that as a fucking Super Bowl matchup. But anyway, the next one is the Texans. I think they probably
too as well.
Huh?
I mean, they'll probably win it, but that could definitely be a loss too.
Yeah, that's a team that will put up a fight for sure. And it's a playoff team, right? Like it was in the playoff 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, they lost the year before. Yeah.
Yeah, the Texans lost to the Ravens 2 years ago, but it was the first half was like close-ish, right? Like it was, it was competitive at first, and the Ravens pulled away. But yeah. So then the Rams is the last one for their home opponents. So at
I think they beat the
home,
Rams.
I think they beat the Rams. That's probably another one that's like a good matchup. I think that was one of the ones we talked about in the
Yeah, that was like number 4
crazy
on the list.
crazy matchups.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was something like that. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Not on our
9.
list, so on the ESPN list.
Oh, yeah.
They put that at like 4.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give them for home games. I'm gonna say they're 7-2. I think they drop one against the Lions, and then maybe one of those division ones, either the Bengals or the Steelers,
for sure.
And then we'll say for away, we'll give them. Yeah, we'll say they play the Bills. They go to Buffalo to play the Bills.
Oh, I think that was on our list as well.
Yeah.
That was definitely top 10.
Oh, yeah. It must have been. It must have fucking been. If it's not, they're on crack. NFL Network's on crack.
I can't choose that game. I think that game would be way too close to call.
Yeah, that's a wild one.
Like
I mean, the Bills.
That's literally like a coin toss.
The Bills. Yeah, that is a complete coin toss.
The Bills won that matchup last year, didn't they?
I believe so.
I can't remember. I'll be honest. I don't remember.
Yeah, now I'm trying to reach in the back of my brain hole.
I'm
they played the Dolphins.
Win.
They played the Dolphins in Miami. That's a win. They play the Packers in Green Bay.
That
could be another.
That could be a
game.
loss if that's away.
Also, that's if the Packers finally get a number 1 receiver, because they haven't had a number 1 for years now.
Marcus Golden could be the guy.
Could be the guy. Could be the guy.
Could be. Hey,
but I would take Ravens in that one.
I would too. Yeah.
Again, probably close game, but I would take Ravens in that one.
Next up, we got the Vikings.
Okay.
And I think in my mind the Vikings are like still really good, but the quarterback switch up could be very harmful for them. If JJ McCarthy's really not it, it could be bad. It could be bad, you know.
I'm not sure what's going to happen with that team.
But Kevin O'Connell is like the quarterback whisperer.
He's like the QB whisperer, yeah.
Yeah.
And also,
but I don't know, just like
I feel like their O-line is still like they didn't lose many of the guys they had, and they had like the best O-line last year.
Right.
So I feel like no matter what,
their defense was really good.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's probably what separates them too, is their defense. And I just have flashbacks of fucking Van Ginkel with the pick 6 on Daniel Jones in week 1 with like the horrendous Giants 100-year anniversary uniforms. Daniel Jones throwing a pick 6, and it's like, great. Fucking
wait,
not again.
The blue with the brown pants and the red helmet?
Yeah, with the fucking blue.
Dude, those were awesome. Those were awesome uniforms.
Blue stripe. Oh my God, no. No, dude. Dude, that's a whole nother episode where we can go through the worst and best uniforms.
Dude, I would totally do that. I would totally do that.
We're just a content machine.
little bonus pod action.
Dude, honestly, we might need to make that like a paid episode. Fuck shit, dude. God damn. So let's reel it in here. The last opponent is the Kansas City Chiefs for the Ravens. That's a loss.
Chiefs win. Yeah.
Chiefs win. So then when we were talking about away opponents, I'm going to give them like, I'm going to say, what is that? Fucking 5-3 for away. So then that brings their final record to 12-5.
Yeah, that's probably.
So that sounds
about right.
Yeah. And so it just, I just thought of that because we're kind of, all the teams we talked about are like, I mean, Pats are kind of middling, and then we talked about 2 teams that are like, yeah, we're not winning shit.
Totally cool with that.
So I was like, let's get a really fucking powerhouse team in there. So, but yeah, then that pretty much checks out. They're always a playoff team. They'll probably win the division with that record. So yeah, pretty good.
Definitely hope so. I mean, I don't see any other team vying for the.
Dude, I mean, unless Shedeur
it all depends on Pittsburgh, bro. If Pittsburgh gets Aaron Rodgers, they could definitely win that.
Dude, they have DK Metcalf too. I just remember that. They got DK Metcalf.
Right. Yeah. Literally,
It
they're
was close last year. That division was
Yeah.
close.
the
I think
quarterback
the
is the
unsung
missing
hero
piece.
for that Steelers team. Well, they got Will Howard, Ohio State product,
Oh
national
yeah.
champion at that.
Yep. National champion. Hey.
Beat my Oregon Ducks. That was a hard game to watch.
Yeah. Oh, that's rough, man. It's rough out there.
Yeah, it was rough out there for that night.
But I mean, he doesn't strike me as a guy who's going to come in and win right off the bat. I mean, he feels like if he sat under Aaron Rodgers for a year 1st, he could take over the Steelers next year and probably be really good.
Yeah,
But
he'll be a backup for his probably most of the rookie contract, I would say.
Yeah. I feel like he's not the guy for the Steelers this year, you know. He's not gonna.
Right.
I feel like he won't lead them to a division title in his rookie season.
No.
Doesn't strike me as that. That's another one. It's like the odds are really stacked against him.
Yeah, for sure.
But hey, only one way to find out. We just got to watch and see.
Yeah, for sure.
So let's pivot here and talk about some NBA. And we're gonna get right into the Celtics fucking blowing a 20-point lead against the Knicks. I mean, dude, I just like, oh my God, bro.
You can start with this. 45 missed threes. 45.
You're 15 for 60. Bro,
Mhm.
taking 60 3-pointers is absurd.
They live and die by it, man.
Oh my
I understand
God.
that. You know, if you shoot more threes, hopefully you should score more points. But then there's nights where the threes don't drop.
Yeah.
But granted, I'll say this. You missed 45 threes, you lost by 3 points.
Yeah. Right. Yep.
OG Anunoby had the game of his life, dropping 30 points, and I think he had a double-double.
Yeah.
And Jalen Brunson
played really well. Yeah.
Jalen Brunson's good at basketball. If you guys didn't know,
dude, he is like, what the fuck, dude? I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And it's like, well, but here's the thing: is I can't even form a fucking sentence right now, but I'm so infuriated. But like you said, they only lost by 3. So literally, if they made one more 3, if they were 16 for 60, obviously it would have went to double, or you know, things would have been different. But also, how about this? Only take 58 3-pointers and take 2 of those possessions where you forced a 3-pointer. And you're back, Tony. Take 2 possessions where you forced those threes and turn them into layups. And let me just go back to my little header here underneath my name. Get into the fucking paint. Fucking drive it. Take a layup, dude. And literally, if this play went different, I wish I could pull up a clip. But if this play had gone different, it would have been all over SportsCenter and everywhere. But Jason Tatum crossed over Jalen Brunson and literally had him on the floor. I was like, oh my God. And I was waiting for Tatum to pull it up. It would have been a mid-range 2-point shot.
Fine.
And he passed it. I'm like, dude, you completely dusted Jalen Brunson.
Yeah.
There's no one near you.
You're the face of the NBA.
Fucking shoot it.
Yeah.
Like, shoot it. Take the 2. What are you doing? But I really think that it's either the coaching, which Joe Mazzulla, I love Joe Mazzulla, but it's got to be his coaching or some coaching thing that is like, I need to get the 3. They're so ingrained with that he probably saw that and was like, I need to kick it, you know, because it probably meant someone was closing on him. But it's just like things, watching as a fan, watch that and be like, why not just shoot it there? It's so frustrating.
So during the game last night, I don't know how much you guys watched the game last night. I watched pretty much most of the game. Like, I was like 95% of it.
Yeah.
Towards the end, there's a play where they go into the paint, and I swear it's like, I think it's Derek White has the ball like the low block, and he passes out. Granted, again, do I remember who was guarding him at the time? Hell no. But you're there. Up fake and try and go up. Maybe get a foul. Maybe you're shooting 2. If you get blocked, so what? You went up for it. What are you going to do? I guess, like you said, get in the paint. And I think the biggest point of that my little segue to Kristaps Porzingis going out for the game with an illness was the biggest turning point for the Celtics team. He now he can't stretch the floor. You now have nothing. Now Mitchell Robinson can just hang in the paint because Luke Cornett is going to stretch a little bit. Al Horford's going to stretch a little bit. Porzingis is your guy where they can go 5 up top around the 3-point line and just hang out.
Yeah.
Also, if you don't know if you know this or not, Kristaps Porzingis is 7'3", so he can grab a lot of rebounds. So having him as a paint presence is huge. And once they lost him, the whole thing turned.
Yep.
It was, as I was watching the game, they came back and it was like 8 points, and I was like, after Kristaps Porzingis was out for the game, or out for that extended time, I was like, he's not coming back.
Yep.
But yeah,
you have thoughts, Tony? Did we lose Tony, or what's up?
Did we lose it? Yeah.
It froze for like a hot minute.
Oh, there he is. He's back.
There we go. What you got?
Oh, I was just gonna say, I'm really not surprised, honestly, because, dude, we literally called it last week. We said we knew Porzingis wasn't, like, let's be honest, we knew Porzingis wasn't gonna last the whole playoffs. We knew he was getting hurt at some point.
Yep.
Yeah.
Most likely.
His track record.
Yeah, definitely.
And we literally called it. We said they're a live by the 3, die by the 3 team. We even talked about Tatum not driving into the paint, just chucking up threes, because that's just what they do over and over again. That's just what they always do. And I feel like this has been an ongoing problem for so long, and they still haven't learned their lesson.
Yeah. Like,
the fact that you even attempt 60 3-pointers in a game is just that's just wild to me. Like, what
it reminds me of that Rockets team with James Harden from a few years ago now, when they missed like 24 straight 3-pointers.
Yeah.
And then they ended up losing Game 7. Yeah. And I was like,
I remember that.
I think I was saying the same thing. I was like, dude, go to the basket. So it's not working. Change it. The definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting a different result. It's exactly what it is. And that's screwed him.
What did you say a year for that Houston Rockets thing you just said? What year was that? Well, because I just looked up because I was curious the most attempted threes in a game, and it is held by the Houston Rockets in 2019. In 2019, yep, and that was probably James Harden, right? That was a James Harden year.
He was definitely 100%.
So
he probably won a scoring title.
And that was 70. They attempted 70. So I don't know.
It must have been a regular season game then.
It was January 16th. So it was a regular season game.
They had a playoff game where they missed 24 straight. I know they did.
Yeah, that's insane. It's insane. And I mean, I remember last year, I forget who it was against. It wasn't in the finals. It was earlier in the playoffs. I think the Celtics set a record, either Celtics team record or just NBA record for most made threes in a playoff game.
Yep.
And it's like, when a night like that happens, it's like, wow, great. Like, you guys are so awesome. Wow, everything's great. But then you have a night like last night, and it's like, dude, holy shit. So you live by it and you die by it. It's what everyone says. And it's crazy because we talked about this last week. We've seen it, for the past couple of years, but I remember mentioning, I want to say I was watching them against the Thunder earlier in this season, and it was the same thing. And here's my thing is, I don't have a problem with taking a lot of threes because I kind of agree with that philosophy. Clearly it works it worked last year. They won the title, but you have to be flexible with it. And when you find yourself in a situation where you're only down by 3 or 4 points, okay, sure, a 3 ties it. And there's situations where you need the 3. But when there's a certain amount of time left, take the 2, because that gets you within 1, and then you take the lead with it. Like, it's just like, you have to be able to give and take. And
for sure,
the record for most threes in a game or attempted in a game is 70. You're only 10 away from that. I don't know where that puts them in the rankings of all time, But like
Well, they're
you're
number one all time for playoffs now.
for attempts in a game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think second was like 45.
For playoffs.
I think second was like 45 or something like that.
And second is 45. Like that's absurd. That's absurd.
The difference between
saying,
first and second was how many threes they made in the game.
Right. Yeah.
That's
dude, holy shit.
Yeah.
Fucking it's
crazy.
insane. It's insane. So I mean, yeah, it's we're saying the same thing everyone else is saying, but like you can't talk about it enough. It's just absurd. But I mean, honestly, like I was gonna say props to the Knicks, but honestly, fuck that. No, not props to the Knicks. Like, dude. Fuck that.
No. Okay, so ready? I'll be that guy. I think it's a great job by the Knicks to say, hey, you know what? Put up all the shots you want. You want to keep shooting threes? Take them.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna keep missing them. And once you get hot, we'll start guarding. So if anything, Thibodeau played a good call of they're gonna take threes. Let them take threes. Let them shoot. Fine. They're not making them.
Right.
Make them.
That's how they're going to beat the Celtics. So if they beat them, that's how they're going to beat them. So
I don't think Celtics lose a series. I don't think Celtics lose
a
series.
I think they still win the series. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they still win too. But I
think
feel
they
like
win in 6.
is one of the ways. That's if the Knicks are going to win. That's how they're going to have to hope that Boston shoots like that every night.
Also, real quick, Mikal Bridges, he played 51 minutes last night for the Knicks.
Oh my God, it's insane.
51 minutes. And he had the biggest steal of the game, which was the final steal on Jaylen Brown.
In overtime, and it was I will say credit to the Knicks in this scenario of it wasn't the Knicks that sent it to overtime. The Knicks were up and the Celtics tied it to send it to overtime. If I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes.
No, I believe you're right.
Yeah,
because I think it was
Brunson missed a layup.
Right.
To win it.
Yes, because I think
also phenomenal play by the Knicks.
It was. He had
oh my God,
he had such a great look. So and they really just lucked out there.
And with Chris Epps in the game, that play is not ran.
Right.
There's a different play gets run because your rim presence is now 38-year-old average Al Horford.
Yeah.
So
and he wasn't able to get his hand up high enough.
Right. Again, he missed the shot, yes, but I think a different play is ran in that scenario.
Yeah.
Where you're not going to the basket.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, I mean, man, and there was, we're just hammering this home really, but there was one play that I saw them doing what I wanted them to do, getting in the paint, and it was like you're saying they had 4 guys on the outside, and the Knicks had all 5 of their defenders on the outside. It was Derek White wide open in the paint as we lose Tony.
Yep.
Derek, and it was just. I mean, Tony's like, I'm done. Just fucking.
Yeah, right.
Just had to get up for a second.
Okay, he's still here. He doesn't want to see us. He doesn't want us to see his boxers. He doesn't have pants on.
Gotcha. Yeah, at work. I mean,
right? Yeah, it makes it double weird, right?
Yeah.
So.
He's definitely at his home.
What? What did he say?
I said, "Don't listen to him. I do have pants on."
Yeah, that's what he wants you to think.
Probably. Anyways, as you were saying, Derek White 3-point line.
The Knicks were giving up the paint, like you said. They were letting them have the paint. They just didn't take it. Right. There was only one time where I saw them take it and they got a layup off of it. And and I want to say it was towards the end of the game when they really needed it. And it was Derek White. And so like, they're going to give it to you. So just trust that you'll get it, So I don't know.
Yeah. I think Jaylen Brown played well that game. He was driving to the basket well. He was shooting well. And then it all just fell apart. Obviously that 20 point blowing that 20 point lead.
The first half and half of a quarter were phenomenal.
Yeah.
I'm and I'm watching. I'm like, this is awesome. Fucking, this is exactly what I want to see. And man, of course, every time, you want to see your team win. Of course, I want to see the Celtics win. I want to see a competitive game too, though. Right. So I'm I'm obviously not happy with the result. I'm happy that it was a competitive and entertaining game. And when they're up by 20, I'm like, all right, make it a little interesting, right? But I would have, if I could go back, I would have taken a 20-point win over this fucking bullshit. So, but I don't know.
I agree.
Like,
I would take a 2-point win over this.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's fucking terrible. So
losing game 1 at home is big.
Yeah, I think
it's huge.
With the Knicks stealing a game, it kind of flips it on its head a little bit. You think of, okay, now the Celtics have to steal one at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
And imagine MSG's gonna be rocking when they come in.
Yeah. You fucking know it, dude. Oh my god.
And tickets are gonna be like $300 a piece.
It's gonna be insane.
Because tickets there are always expensive.
Yeah, absolutely. And just about stealing the first game, the lower seeded team taking the first game. I mean, just in this playoffs, the Wolves took game 1 against LA. The Warriors took game 1 in Houston, and both of those teams ended up winning those series.
Yeah.
So it's really not a good sign. Obviously, and we did in the first round, we talked about, listen, game 1 doesn't decide the series, obviously. So anything can happen, but it's not a good sign.
Yeah.
Speaking of stealing game 1, let's move on and talk about the Nuggets stealing game 1. Aaron Gordon.
Dare I say Aaron fucking Gordon.
Aaron motherfucking Gordon.
Should be a slam dunk champion, but
is he not? He didn't win? Oh man, I was literally about to say that.
There was one year that he got robbed, and I was like, this is bullshit. I was like,
oh, he totally should have won. I mean, didn't he? Yeah. I mean, he was in it like
he made a rap diss about it to Dwayne Wade.
Really?
Because Dwayne Wade was the guy that gave him a 9 on the
instead of
as a scorer.
Oh,
yeah, gave him a 9
wow.
to 10, and he would have won it.
Wow, I didn't know Aaron Gordon had bars like that.
It's not great, but like for an NBA player, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's the bar's pretty low when it comes to athletes. I mean, no pun intended, the bar, but athletes dropping bars. Yeah, the bar is set low. But yeah, I mean, they were playing from behind, not the whole game, but it really got out of hand. I mean, I was falling asleep towards the end of the game. I think the last time I looked at the score was sometime in the third quarter. It was like 68 to like 78 or something like that. OKC was up by 10 or 12 points. And I looked and I'm like, all right, OKC finally took control. They're going to run away with it. It's done.
Yep.
And I wake up, look at my phone, and it's Nuggets steal game 1. And I'm like, oh shit, no way.
Yeah. I think I don't know who should win an MVP, honestly, between those two. Shai Alexander or Nikola Jokic. I think if I had to guess, I think Jokic will win it again, just because of what he does for that team. Like points, assists, rebounds, steal, like you name it, dude, the guy does it, and he does it at a crazy clip.
Yep.
Like he's just awesome.
I think Jokic should win it, but they're not going to give it to him.
Yeah.
They're most definitely giving it to Shai. But Jokic definitely should. He's definitely the one who should win it.
I think he should win it. And again, we'll see what happens. But
that's what I was going to say is there's two different conversations. There's who should win it and who will win it. I think Shai will win it.
Shai's going to win it.
I think Jokic should win it.
Yeah.
Because like you said, Jokic is a more all-around player. And he is more valuable to his team. Take Jokic off that team, and they're bottom feeders.
They're done.
All respect to Jamal Murray and Aaron Gordon and Russell Westbrook and all those guys. Like, sure, they're ballers, but they are nothing without Jokic. And the other night he had 40 plus points, and he had 22 rebounds, dude. Like, holy shit! Like he put the team on his back and beat the guy he's going against for the MVP race. Like, holy shit. I mean, and Shai in his own right is an amazing scorer, phenomenal, very important to his team. Yeah. But his team is more well-rounded than the Nuggets. That's why
Oh,
they're the number one
absolutely.
team, and they're so far ahead of everyone in the league and just in the West. It's just they're more well-rounded. They're
Yep.
better defensively all around across the board. Like most valuable player. That's the award. Shea
Right.
is a great
We've
player.
had this
He's not
conversation
as
so many
valuable.
times.
Yeah, I feel like we have
We
totally.
get it every so often. We're like, oh, this guy should win it, but this guy, we all know this guy's going to win it.
And
it happens all the time.
Yeah, and we talked about this last week about how similar it is to like Josh Allen, and it's voter fatigue. The Josh Allen MVP felt like here, damn, bro, like just take it, shit,
just take it. Yep.
Like shut up. Yeah. Here's one, just to say you got one.
Just to say you got one.
Because I mean, and Shea, under any other fucking circumstances, if Jokic was not in the league, Shea would win it 100%. And he deserves one at some point, probably. But just right now, like objectively, it's like, I don't know. And it's going to go to Shea because of voter fatigue and because it's like, here, bro, damn. Same type of deal,
I agree. I also think that Jamal Murray is a very good point guard. And I think he tore his ACL in the bubble when that whole thing was going on. I think, or like the year before the bubble, something like that. And I think he's gotten better after his injury. Like I'm a big fan of Jamal Murray. Yeah, I like him a lot.
I think so too.
I think he's just good. Like I feel like time and time again, like, oh, Jamal Murray put up a 30-piece. Like, okay, cool, no problem. Like run of the mill, like 25 plus. Just all right, cool. This guy just got here to ball.
Just to be expected.
Yeah, and then you also have Jokic who puts up, like you said, 44 and 30 plus a game, and I'm like, this is insane.
Averages a triple double, like crazy.
But again,
shit.
you look at the depth on the Nuggets compared to look at the depth on the Thunder. I think the Thunder have a lot more. They're more evenly spread out, like you said.
Yeah.
So again, I agree with that. I just think Jamal Murray doesn't get enough. I don't say doesn't get enough respect, but I think he gets kind of like forgotten behind Jokic.
It's just because he's with Jokic. That's why.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. He just gets forgotten.
Yeah. And I mean, the other thing we talked about with the MVP race and Jokic is like Jokic has won it 3 times. The bar is raised for him. You now have to top your last MVP season to earn it this time, because people are like, really okay, you can't just give me what you gave me before and expect me to be impressed. You have to do better. And I don't know if I would say this is his best season. It might. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have the numbers. But
I have to look at stats, and I don't have that much ball knowledge.
Yeah, and even then, I mean, I don't even know if you can pick.
Well, I was just gonna say consistent. They're all pretty fucking close. I know that.
Yeah.
Like,
absolutely.
Definitive season where he was like so much better. They're all fucking very close.
Yeah,
I really don't.
Do you guys know the whole story when Jokic was drafted? How he got the nickname the Big Quesarito?
No.
You guys don't know the story? Okay.
No.
Sorry. Quick sidebar.
Let's hear it.
So when he was drafted, there was a Taco Bell commercial that came on, and his name showed at the bottom of the screen. It said Nikola Jokic, center to the Denver Nuggets from wherever he's from. And it was a Quesarito commercial. So his nickname is the Big Quesarito.
Yes, because I know what you're talking about now. Yes,
that's crazy.
Yes,
I'll send it in the group chat later. But I was like, I gotta put this out there.
Yeah, I mean, because
like a second round pick, like a mid-second round pick.
Right. So it was like he got drafted during a Taco Bell commercial. It was just weird, right? Like it wasn't.
So he got that big quesarito.
No one expected him to be the insane force he was.
I see.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. No, I knew the story.
That guy
I just
didn't. Was so shit. They were like, oh, let's just give him.
I just throw a commercial in there. He's some dude, Serbia, right? Serbian.
Yeah.
Yeah. Serbia.
He's just some dude from Serbia. Let's throw a Taco Bell commercial in here real quick.
Yeah.
So
who the fuck is this? Pingus. It's that type of vibe.
That is one of the funniest clips ever. Like
who the fuck is this guy?
Who the fuck is this Pingus? It's one of the best clips ever. Like I always laugh whenever I see it.
Phenomenal. Yeah, same. Literally every time. Can't get enough of it, dude. Amazing. Oh, I gotta love it. Yeah, man. I'm glad we got some Serbians, some foreign guys going on. Let me just get a quick score update. I know this is gonna mean nothing to the people who watch this tomorrow. But right now the Cavs are up by 18 points. 17
Nice.
points. I don't think I'm doing the math right, but it's 64-81. The Cavs are up.
17.
And there's 5 minutes left in the third quarter. So
Okay.
yeah, 17. So definitely a very different game from game one. So from the looks of it, they're going to tie up the series. Obviously,
Cool.
we have 20-point leads being blown, but we can pencil the Cavs in for a 1-1 tie as of right now.
Yeah.
So let's move on, and we can talk about, obviously, we were just talking about the Nuggets. So we can talk about the team that the Nuggets eliminated, and we can talk about really their makeup, and we can talk about James Harden being their star player. And I'm curious what you guys think. There's a lot of history with James Harden in the playoffs in game sevens in particular, like he can't close. He's got an MVP season. He was a scoring leader, but he hasn't won a ring in, a decade-long career at least.
Mm-hmm.
So what are your thoughts on where the Clippers go with this? James Harden, do you think he will ever win a ring?
No.
No.
There's no way. There's no way unless he goes to a team like fucking, I don't know, if he goes to a team like fucking Boston or OKC.
He would be despised in Boston. They would hate him in Boston. I'm sorry,
yeah,
they would.
Probably, yeah.
Would. Yeah.
And
he is 35 years old. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, he's done in 3 years.
Yeah.
And I think he's due for a contract in a year or two. I believe this could be I want to say it's a year or two for a contract.
Let me just.
He might have like a player option or a team option, something like that.
So we signed a 2-year deal. Listen, this is the same shit we dealt with before. You might need to fact check me on this. I'm reading off of Google. James Harden signed a 2-year, $70 million contract with the LA Clippers in 2024-25. So he's only on a 2-year deal. And that was signed this year, probably before this season. So this season, next season, and then he'll be a free agent.
So James Harden has a player option this year. It's a $35 million player option with the Clippers. So he's 35 years old. I could see him saying, you know what, Kawhi, it's been real. It's been fun.
Yeah.
I want a ring. I'm going to go ring chase. I need it. And just sign little 1-year deals as either a point guard or a shooting guard or even a guy off the bench at 36, 37 years old. And say, hey, I'm going to get mine. And pretty much signed, sealed, delivered into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I think he will be a Hall of Famer with his accolades.
Yeah, I think he's already a Hall of Famer.
I think he won a gold medal in the Olympics as a part of one of those Olympic teams.
Yeah, probably.
Scoring title a few times, MVP once, twice, one of the two.
Once.
But again, I see him. I think if he gets that, he's no doubt Hall of Fame. But I don't think as of now, I don't think he wins a ring, especially with the Clippers. I also don't think Tyronn Lue is a good coach.
No.
That's just me. I feel like this happens all the time with coaches that have coached LeBron. They get this big bag of a contract. Like, oh, yeah, come to us for 5 years for $100 million. Like, yeah, sure. Sign on the dotted line, and then they suck for 2 years. And you're like, why did we hire this guy?
Yeah, man. I mean, you could see it in that game 7 is like you had Derrick Jones Jr. taking, I think Derrick Jones Jr. took 10 shots to Harden's 8. And I mean, if Harden wasn't having a good night, it'd be different. But like, I forget the exact stats, but it's like Harden and Kawhi should be your main guys. Why is Derrick Jones Jr. taking 10 shots in a fucking game 7? Harden should be taking 15 at least. He took 8.
Yeah,
like that's
less than 12 points. Granted,
yeah,
he had 15 assists.
Yeah,
so again, he's producing there, but I hate to say it this way, he's a scorer. He's a great scorer at that.
Yeah.
So your biggest asset is your scoring. Granted, again, when you can have 15 assists, and that's pretty much 30 points, no matter what, is huge to a team. But when you can't add on, let's say, 15, 18, 20 points on top of that to make that 50 points possibly,
Yeah.
at
He had
least.
7.
Yeah. Like, come on.
7 points and 13 assists in that game 7 against the Nuggets.
Yeah. What did Kawhi have? Do you have the box score up
I
right
have
now?
the stats. Yeah, Kawhi has had 22 points in the game 7.
Okay.
Only 2 assists.
Yep.
So, and then Derek Jones Jr. Took 10 shots to Harden's 8. Norman Powell took 11. Zubats took 10. Kawhi took 13.
Yeah.
You have Bogdanovich taking 9 shots. Bogdanovich coming off the bench, only playing 17 minutes, taking 9 shots when James Harden takes 8. And I don't know how much of that, huh?
How many minutes did Harden play?
35.
Yeah.
So he's playing twice as long. He's on the court twice as long, and he's not taking nearly as many shots as Bogdanovich. Yeah. So I don't know how much of that is coaching versus just the player being like, I'm not going to shoot. I can't imagine that Harden would opt to not shoot. It's got to be a coaching thing. So it's like, I mean, I don't know, but it's like, what are you doing?
Like, it's a playoff, dude.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And you have obviously clearly, like we're talking about just Harden being older. Kawhi's 33, so he's up there too. Like, you know, you got aging superstars as the foundation of your team. Norman Powell had a breakout season, but you know, like I don't know, man. Like if I'm the Clippers, where do I go? I'm probably not re-signing Harden. I'm probably going for someone younger, trying to get some better young talent, and you know, plan for the future that way. I don't know Kawhi's contract or what's up there. But yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know if it really looks that great for Harden when it comes to getting a ring. And the other like player comparison I can see is Russell Westbrook, because former MVP, you know, triple double machine when he was in OKC. But he doesn't have a ring either, if I'm not mistaken.
No,
unless he picked one up in LA, but
no.
So and he has a chance. He has a chance to do it coming off the bench with the Nuggets.
Which
probably won't happen, but that feels like the most likely path for James Harden to pick up a ring late in his career would be to go to a team as a role player.
Yeah.
And a guy who can come off the bench and you can rely on. Same thing with Russell Westbrook. I mean, right. And I mean, Harden's notorious for, I mean, he's kind of known for bad defense, but he's better. He's better than he was, for sure. Because I think he's decided he has to round his game out.
During his Rockets tenure, that was probably the worst defense.
There's like so many clips.
Yes.
There's clips where he's just like,
lays guy, lets him go by him.
He's just like ignoring people. Like, shit's fucking wild. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I could see Harden maybe picking up a ring in that capacity of just like being a role player on a team, or even, you know, even a starter, but not being the star. You know, if he ends up on, dare I say, Minnesota, dare I say the Pistons. I mean,
I feel like Minnesota, but that's pretty wild.
I mean, with Ant Edwards, I mean, I'm not
pretty good.
I'm just throwing that out there because it's kind of wishful thinking.
I don't think
I don't know if it works out financially or if a trade can happen or what.
Right, you're just throwing teams out there.
But you know, I'm just saying, in that capacity, you got a young superstar, Anthony Edwards. He's not giving up the limelight, and you got other guys that are role players on that team. But if you have Anthony Edwards, you got James Harden, you know, instead of a guy like Mike Conley being like that veteran, experienced guy who, you know, can do things for you in a bench role or kind of like a supporting role, maybe you get someone like James Harden to come in and fill that role. And that could get Minnesota over that hump because obviously they're making deep playoff runs, but they didn't win last year, and I don't know if they'll win this year. Still is to be determined. I would love to fucking see it because fucking Anthony Edwards is Anthony Edwards. He's the fucking man.
What'd you say?
He's
the man?
He's the man. Anthony. I mean, I'm just saying, he's Ant-Man. He's Ant-Man.
He's not.
He's Anthony Edwards.
He's not
an NBA champion. He could be, but
I think he will be someday.
I think he will be someday.
But I've heard this debate a few times, and like, who is the face of the NBA? Like, who is the face?
Yes.
And I will take all bias out of it. I wholeheartedly believe it is Jason Tatum.
Really?
Oh,
yes.
Well,
yes.
In my opinion, I don't think Tatum should be, but I could see why people put him on that category. Definitely.
Here's my two big reasons. Big market team, and that is Boston.
Yeah.
Wait, sorry. Are we all set with James Harden? Are we all set with that?
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Okay.
I mean, the last thing I was going to say is James Harden on a team with Anthony Edwards. I like that.
Okay, cool. And then he could be, sorry, where was I at this? So Boston, big market team, and also most recent NBA champion. It makes sense that
American athletes also.
Right, and
he is American.
The league that's more dominated by national superstars now.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot more like international superstars that are coming over here to play as well. But I think that I don't want to say that alone gets him there, but that only helps his case as being probably it's a top 8 player in the NBA.
Ooh,
top 8, top 10, maybe.
Top 8.
You think he's only a top 8? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying for argument's sake, I'm making a range.
I would say.
I was gonna say top 3.
I want to say top 5. I want to say top 5.
Say top 5. I think Tatum's probably.
But again,
5 on that.
I wasn't sure what you guys would say, so I gave a few extra spots in case you're like, oh well, I like this guy way more. That's what I was thinking.
I mean, I do.
Go ahead, Tony.
I was just gonna say, I think there's players in the NBA now that are way more deserving to be the next face of the NBA over Tatum. Mm-hmm. So I think Jokic, Luka, honestly. I mean, even though Tatum beat Luka in the playoffs last year, Shea, Anthony Edwards.
I think that's what solidified him as the face of the NBA is him beating Luka.
Yeah,
I can see that.
Luka was banged up a little bit last year though, and that Celtics team in general is just they should have won. It shouldn't even have been close last year. The Celtics, I feel like, were the deepest team.
They still have. Their team hasn't changed. The team didn't change at all. They re-signed all their guys.
No, they're still probably the deepest team. Mm-hmm. That's why it's kind of embarrassing. Like even when we lose games like that against the Knicks, that's why it's just like, what are we doing, man? Because realistically, that team should be.
Well,
that team should be 65 to 70, close to 70 win team.
Yeah, I think that has to do with health. Being deep but not having everybody healthy, and that's something that we talked about too. But does that mean he's not the face of the NBA because he's on a good team?
No.
Is that what you're saying?
No, I don't think so. I just think that he's probably 5th or 6th best in the league, like in terms of play. I mean, Tatum's a superstar, yeah, but there's players in the NBA that I would I
don't know. I disagree. I mean, I think Jokic is the best player in the league, in the world.
Yeah.
I think
same.
Shea is, for me, I think he's not my favorite player, but I think Shea is the face of the NBA. I would say.
Mm-hmm.
And if he wins, if OKC wins the finals, absolutely. that would solidify it. And, you know, the other question, let me finish my first thought first. Shea has aura. and honest, like it's
No, you're
sounds
right.
kind of
You're
corny,
No, you're
but like
absolutely right.
You're correct.
motherfuckers love Shea. Like people kind of shit on him for like foul baiting and free throw merchant and all this stuff, but like Shea does fucking Skims ads and fucking, you know, he's in other commercials and shit, and like and he's like sexy. Like I don't know what other way to say it, but like it's like
You think he's hot. It's okay.
13-year-old boys like thirst over Shea, you know, and he has aura, right? And that's kind of like in a way, to me, that's like the clout, the face of the NBA is the guy who, you know, people look up to or people look at in a way that is even beyond basketball, that is just like, he's just a cool guy.
It's the guy you're putting on posters. That's exactly who you want.
Right.
And again, it makes sense. I totally get it.
Yeah. And Tatum is just known for being a copycat, doing the Kevin Garnett celebration at the finals, and you know, throwing the ball up like Curry, and doing the Kanye mic drop thing at the speech or whatever. And it's like,
texting
I don't
Kobe's
hold the
dead phone number.
Like stuff like that is like,
it's
bro lost 10,000 aura on that one, you know, like. And maybe that's just me reading into the narrative of fucking 14-year-olds online, but it's like, it kind of, who's the fucking biggest fan base in the NBA is kind of like young men and young boys that love fucking basketball. So the face of this thing that obviously we as adults we love, but also has a very young audience, the face of it is going to be a young player who people look up to. And I would say right now it's Shea. If he wins a championship, definitely. The other thing I was going to say is, how long does it last before the changing of the guard? Is the face of the NBA just the guy who won the title most recently? So right now it's Tatum, and then next year it'll be Shea if he wins. And then, you know, was it Jokic a couple years ago? Jokic is another guy who I would say maybe was the face, or he was next up to be the face of the NBA, but his demeanor, obviously he's known for being a guy who just like kind of doesn't even care about basketball.
Loves horses.
Like right, like he's like, I just want to go ride my horses. Like he doesn't have, I mean, he has a personality, but his personality isn't, you know, he's not playing it up for the camera. He's not trying to be the face. He kind of wants to be
out there.
Right, exactly. And I think like someone like Shea or Tatum, I think Tatum does things that puts himself more in the limelight, and I think he's a good candidate for face of the NBA, but I'd say it's between him and Shea right now. And I would say Tatum is top 3 player after those two, play wise.
I appreciate it. You know, as a Celtics fan, I think all 3 of us are, right? Mm-hmm. So I mean, it's, and again, I want to say, I don't think it's just because he won a championship I would personally say after that championship, they kind of pushed him more as like, hey, here's our guy, check him out, you know? Like, I think the whole thing of like him bringing his son to games, like they mic'd up, I don't know if they mic'd up his son, but they got like audio like of his son like messing around. I think it's hilarious. And they kind of pushed him as this father that is good at basketball, loves his family. And I think that's huge, you know?
Yeah.
But I think at least that's how I thought he would be the face. That's me personally. I'm kind of.
Yeah. I actually didn't think about that angle. Yeah. Go ahead, Tony.
Yeah.
I'll say that I feel like the NBA, out of the people on that list, I feel like they want Tatum to be the face of the NBA the most. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely possible. Like, I think they're going to try and push the last guy who won a championship.
Yeah,
that's what they're going to try and do. But
yeah, and the other thing, like you were saying, Evan, is big market, Boston, big market. Yeah. OKC, not as big of a market. Obviously,
I'll say they're up and coming. I will say that, like,
right, and they're
awesome,
up and coming too. So that's the other thing. And then Ant Edwards is another one. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of glazing him at this point, but but he's younger, right? So I mean, Tatum is 26, 27. Did he just turn 27? He's I mean, he's still a young guy, but a little bit older. Ant Edwards is 23. So I mean, Ant is gonna win a title by the time he's probably 26 or 27, and he'll be the face of the NBA at that point.
You hope so.
I hope so. But by the time Tatum's 30, he won't be the face of the NBA. No. I don't think it'll go.
No, again, that's completely fine. Yeah, I get that part. I mean, as your career goes on, it kind of, I don't want to say it gets old, but the players, you're like, all right, we want the new guy, we want the new toy to play with. You know,
of
we
course,
don't want
yeah.
You know, that's why. I mean, I think that's why everyone kind of switched from LeBron when he went to. I don't say when he went to LA, but like a few years after that championship, we were all like, all right, who else you got?
Right. Yeah.
Well, also, here's the thing. I don't see how he could be the face of the NBA when, one, he hasn't won an MVP yet. Honestly, has he even been a finalist for an MVP?
He's always in the top 5 of voting. Tatum. He's always like the third or fourth guy.
The third or fourth guy.
Yeah.
Right. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
Exactly. Right. Yeah.
No, and I totally get that part. I think that I personally, going into the season, I was like, yeah, he's the face of the NBA. Could that change by the end of the season? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's very possible. Again, I could easily see them trying to push Jokic or push Anthony Edwards. I could totally see it.
Yeah.
And
I mean, like, I think also, I mean, we're talking a lot about kind of like outside of basketball stuff of just like their demeanor, their personality, stuff like being a father or something I didn't even think about. Like, I'm talking about the young guys, you know, looking at other young players, but how about guys that are older that are still basketball fans that have kids of their own that look at Tatum and are like, man, it's good to see a father figure as someone in the NBA that I can even look up to as an older person. If someone's a father, you can also look at Tatum and see him that way. But as far as on the court stuff, the narrative around Tatum is like, okay, like Tony, you were saying, he's got a stacked roster. He's got a lot of help around him. It's not always him when it's in the playoffs. And
I also have another point.
Yeah. He didn't. I mean, this might be your point, but he didn't win finals. He did not win finals MVP.
Right.
And I mean, you've said this to me before, Tony, is that when playoffs comes, he doesn't always shine in every moment.
He doesn't show up
sometimes
all the time.
a little lackluster in the playoffs.
And then so that's gonna bring me to my second point, which is kind of what you already said, is I don't know how you can be the face of the NBA when there are many, many times, honestly, Jaylen Brown outplays you.
Well, I get it. It makes sense. I totally hear what you guys are saying. Totally get it.
Oh, yeah. And I see, same goes to you guys as well. I can see why anyone would say Tatum should be the face of the NBA. I definitely get it. Like, he is a superstar by all means, definitions. He is definitely a superstar in the league.
So then are we all coming to a final consensus, or are we all picking our individual faces of the NBA? Because my final vote is for Shea. I'll stand on business and I'll say Shea, even though that's kind of like traitorous.
Well, I'd probably have to agree with you. I'd probably go with Shea as well. Right now, in this moment, probably Shea.
I think I would still say Tatum at this moment.
Yeah, you're standing on Tatum.
I think I'm gonna stand on that. I mean, I'm the one that brought up. That's why I think Tatum's the face of the NBA. So I can't just be like, oh, you know what? I'll take Nikola Jokic. I can't do that.
You started the whole conversation.
I started the conversation. So
by the end, you're like, you know what? You guys have a point.
You guys are right. I'll take Jalen Brunson. No, I'm just kidding. No, but like I totally hear your point. I totally get it. I'm just saying, I think this whole year leading up to, again, playoffs is kind of where we see, all right, this guy showed up.
Mm-hmm.
And again, if you're a superstar, you show up in the playoffs. Again, I know Tatum has had his woes in the playoffs of, only put up 15 points tonight. What are you doing?
Right.
But, I mean, he also had a game where he put up 40 against the Sixers in a game 6 or an elimination game.
He had he has
mom's birthday or something, or Mother's Day or something like that.
So like there's it can go both ways of like, oh, but he put up, this, he did this,
I bet you could go back to a lot of like all-time great players, and you could probably cherry pick games where it's like, oh yeah, Michael Jordan had this one bad game in the playoffs. Let me show you this little stat where he had 9 points, or it's like everybody has bad games, but I mean, if you look at like the averages and stuff, those huge performances, if you look at Tatum's averages, they do kind of even out, because for every dud 10-point game he's going to give you one like 50-point game out of nowhere somewhere else. Yeah. And he contributes in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
He contributes in more ways than just scoring.
Even when he doesn't score, he usually has pretty good stats overall.
Yeah, definitely.
And if he's not scoring, it's probably because he's getting doubled, and then hopefully he can find someone else, and that leaves other people open, And that goes back to just the Celtics being a well-rounded team too, and having good depth, Yeah,
that goes full circle of, you have the 6th man of the year off the bench, Oregon Duck. Hell yeah, Peyton Pritchard. Love that guy. And I mean, having such a well-rounded team, even having your 6, 7, 8 man, even be like, all right, well, Sam Hauser coming in. Okay, cool. And again, he looked like crap the other night. He looked like crap the past 2 games.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think when the team is every team, if you put every team like at their peak, I don't think a single team touches the Celtics. I think we just came full circle from the start of the episode.
Fully healthy. Absolutely.
I don't think. Yeah.
Yeah, if they're fully healthy,
playing right, and they're making their shots, there's no chance.
It's not even close.
And it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be close. It shouldn't even be close.
Right.
Like when you look at roster-wise.
Absolutely. One more thing. I want to just touch on one more thing, because it made me think of it when you were just talking about Peyton Pritchard. Real quick before we wrap up this episode. Am I missing something? Is there a formal ceremony where they present all the awards for the NBA? Because it was like during halftime of like the Pacers game that they were like, oh yeah, Peyton Pritchard, here's your 6th man of the year award. And I'm like, you just have him like on Zoom, like, oh, thanks guys. I'm like, I thought, don't they usually have like an awards night and they give out the awards? Like, it felt so informal and just like I got whiplash from it. Is that a new thing? Am I tripping?
Go ahead, Anthony.
I baffled you guys.
No, so I think I know the answer. I think I know what the answer is. I believe. At least it was like this for a long time. Your first home game back, and at the start of the new season,
they
handed off the. At least they did it for the MVP.
So but
they do it in the playoffs for the 2.
They did do it in the playoffs. So the next Celtics game, home game, they did present him with the award.
Right. Yeah, that's what they do.
But the initial announcement didn't come with a full ceremony. I mean, he was on the couch in sweatpants when he found out.
Fine. Dude's just chilling. All right.
And I'm like, hey, if that's how it is, then that's how it is. I'm not complaining. I just didn't. I don't know how I wasn't aware of this until just now. I'm like, they just kind of give it out like during halftime of some other game.
Yeah, is that how it's always been?
Yeah, has it always been like that?
I'm not exactly sure about that. I mean, I've always known that it's a next home game, for even if it's like a playoff game, because like Dirk Nowitzki got final league MVP, and then he went on to lose that series and lost in the NBA Finals. So like that's
Yikes.
or like he lost that playoff series, like didn't make the final, something like that. And there was like a whole
yeah.
big thing. I was like, oh, should we change it? And like, no, we're gonna keep it. But
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
So like
funny.
I've always known that they give them up in the playoffs, but I didn't know that they had like a whole like Zoom thing. Again, it makes sense. Get like the instant reaction of, hey, you're 6th man of the year. Like, oh, thanks. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and they did the same thing with like Stephen Castle. They had, Charles Barkley and Shaq asking him questions over Zoom, like, hey, how does it feel? And he's like, it's cool. It's it's like kind of awkward. It felt weird for me to watch it that way. So I don't know.
No, it makes
but
sense.
yeah,
I mean,
I wanted to ask that because I'm like, I don't know if I'm weird for being confused by that, but
yeah, I think if any fan from the outside looking in, be like, dude, they're interviewing this dude who's on his couch. Like, what do you
right?
Have him in the studio, like something,
Because like, I mean, I'm just compare it to the NFL is like they make it a
gonna
whole
say,
big thing where it's like fucking they got comedian hosting the thing. It's like fucking everybody dresses up nice and all this stuff. So,
but that's why it makes sense because the NFL is, in my opinion, the only sport that could pull it off. Like you got more people tuning in for the NFL draft than the NBA playoffs.
yeah,
so soccer does something similar. I don't know how much you guys follow.
Ratings standpoint, like ratings and money wise, I feel like the NBA could
and maybe it's just not
show,
worth it. It's not
just
worth it
wouldn't
for
be
them
worth
to put
it.
it on. Yeah, maybe.
I know.
Maybe
I don't know how much you guys follow soccer or not, but quick little. I'm adding on to your point. Don't worry.
Go for it.
They do a whole award ceremonies, and they get like Young Player of the Year. It's called Ballon d'Or. Is the winner? It's like your MVP, quote unquote.
Yeah.
And it's like a whole ceremony. Guys dress up like it's it's like legit tuxedos. You're walking in there, and it is millions and millions and millions of dollars just walking in this room.
Absolutely.
But it's
and that makes sense because soccer is absolutely huge.
The biggest sport in the world.
If it is a financial thing, then definitely it's worth it for soccer.
It could be. It's
for football, I should say.
Football.
It's worth it then for them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, we learned something today. We had some laughs. We had some banter. We had some fucking good conversation about sports, man. Evan, I really appreciate joining us. Tony, thanks for being a sexy bastard. And
you don't have to thank me for that. But you're welcome.
He was born with that.
I gotta show my gratitude, dude. I gotta show my gratitude. You want to take us out, Tony?
Yeah, so
sing us a little ditty.
Say thanks for everyone that joined in and listened. We had another great episode in the books, and
yes, sir.
We'll keep it going as the NBA playoffs continue, and we're really looking forward to the start of the fall, end of summertime, and we are slowly but surely getting there. So
yeah.
Stay tuned for next week when we'll be going through the top 10 NFL criminals, and we will be showing the video footage from Ray Rice in the elevator, and we'll be showing from Kareem Hunt kicking that one girl, and we're going to show Urban Meyer touching that one girl, and it's all going to be there next week. Just stay tuned.
Can we not do that? I mean, Ray Rice, he said he was just reaching for the button. So
listen, that's why we have to review the footage, right? The footage, okay? So instant replay. I'm throwing the challenge flag right now. Next week, we're going to review the footage because I don't think he was reaching for the button. Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate you, or listening, or both. Appreciate y'all. Love you so much, and we will catch y'all next week.
Have a good night.